If your feet have been going numb, I want you to listen very, very closely. You know that numbness you've been kind of brushing off? Well, it's not the actual problem. It's a message from your body, and it's a pretty critical one. Today, we're going to figure out exactly what it's saying and, more importantly, how to answer it. Okay, let's really unpack this, because this one idea, well, it's the key to everything else we're going to talk about. Think of that numbness as an early warning system. It's telling you that something, either with your blood flow or your nerves, really needs your attention. And the best part? When you catch it early, it is absolutely manageable.
But here's why we need to act now. You see, it usually starts as numbness that just comes and goes. If you ignore it, it can turn into a more persistent, annoying tingling. And if that's ignored, it can start to mess with your balance because your brain just isn't getting clear signals from your feet anymore. We're going to put a stop to that progression starting today.
You know, to really fix a problem, you have to understand it first. And what's so fascinating is that almost all cases of foot numbness trace back to one of just two simple root causes. Once you know your why, the fixes we're about to go over become so much more effective.
So which one is it for you? Think about it. Is the numbness kind of spread out, affecting your whole foot? And does it feel worse after you've been sitting for a while? That points right to a circulation issue. Or is it more specific, maybe just in your toes or the ball of your foot, and it only really flares up in certain positions? That sounds more like a nerve issue. Something's getting pinched. Just take a second and see which one rings true for you.
Let's jump into our first couple of fixes. These are designed to directly target that circulatory problem. We're going to get that blood flowing again, right from your feet all the way back up. And it all starts with something we call the calf pump. And you know, this first fix shows you just how simple the solutions can be. Your calf muscles, they're like a second heart for your body, pushing blood up from your lower legs. The good old-fashioned standing calf raise is the fastest way to flip that pump back on. So here's how to do it right. Find a sturdy chair, just to hold onto for balance, rise all the way up onto your toes. Now, this is the most important part. Pause at the very top. I mean, really pause for 2 full seconds. That little squeeze is what pushes the blood upward. Then lower yourself back down, nice and slow. Let's aim for 20 of those. And how do you know it's working? Oh, you'll feel it. And you'll feel it fast. Probably within the first 10 or so, you should start to feel this distinct warmth spreading through your feet. That isn't just in your head. That is your circulation literally waking up in real time. Okay, so the calf raise gets the big highways moving, but what about all the little side streets, the tiny capillaries deep inside your feet? Well, that's where this next super simple move comes into play. We're going to wake up the circulation at the very end of the line. Just sit down with your feet flat on the floor. Now, try to spread your toes as wide apart as you possibly can and hold it for 3 seconds. Then, do the opposite. Curl them down like you're trying to grab the floor with them and hold that for 3 seconds. Now, don't be surprised if they barely move at first. That's totally normal. The real win is seeing how much better you get at it over a couple of weeks. All right, so once we've got the circulation moving, if there's still some numbness hanging around, it's a good bet it's from a compressed nerve. So our next step is to gently release the pressure on those pathways. One of the most common culprits, believe it or not, is a tight little muscle deep in your hip called the piriformis. It sits right on top of your sciatic nerve, and when it gets tight, it can cause problems all the way down to your foot. This stretch hits it directly. Find a firm chair and cross one ankle over your opposite knee, making a figure 4 shape. Now, keeping your back straight, just gently lean forward from your hips until you feel a good, deep stretch in your glute. Hold it right there for 30 seconds. And hey, if you feel a little tingling down your leg, don't worry. That's actually a fantastic sign. It means the nerve is decompressing. Next up, let's talk about another common pinch point. There's a nerve that runs along the outside of the knee, the peroneal nerve, and it often gets compressed. This is what usually causes numbness on the top of your foot. This simple move helps free it up. Just sit up tall. Straighten one leg all the way out in front of you. Then, pull your toes back toward your shin as hard as you can. You'll feel a good stretch. Hold it for about 10 seconds. What you're doing is creating a gentle traction, almost like flossing the nerve, to give it some breathing room. So, we've helped the circulation and we've helped decompress the nerves. But that begs the question, why did those problems start in the first place? These last 2 fixes get to the real root cause that's happening upstream from it all. Now, I know this might just look like a simple relaxation technique, but it's so much more than that. This is actually a way to actively decompress your spine. You see,
Poor posture and shallow breathing create a lot of tension in your lower back, right where all these nerves in your legs begin. So sit up tall and place a hand on your belly. When you breathe in, let your belly push your hand out for a count of 4. Then, as you breathe out for a longer count of 6, let your belly fall and gently pull your shoulder blades back and down. This simple action uses your own diaphragm muscle to take pressure off those nerve roots. It's powerful stuff.
And now, the final fix. And this one isn't an exercise. This is about removing the one daily habit that is very likely undoing all of your hard work, and you probably don't even realize it's happening. Here it is. The number to remember is 90. 90 minutes. That's about how long you can sit before you start seriously compressing your sciatic nerve and shutting down that calf pump we talked about. You're effectively putting the brakes on all the progress you've made. So what's the fix? It's simple. Set a timer. Every 90 minutes, just stand up for a minute. That's it. So what happens when you put all of this together? Well, this isn't guesswork. We have a very clear roadmap of what you can and should expect to happen over the next 4 weeks. That first week, you should feel that warmth coming back to your feet. By week 2, you'll probably notice the numbness isn't as constant. In week 3, something interesting happens. Your balance improves. You'll notice you're not looking down at your feet as much when you walk. And by week 4, numbness isn't your normal anymore. It's just an occasional thing. You've created a whole new baseline for yourself. You know, knowing all this is great, but doing something about it is what really matters. So here's my challenge to you. Before you do anything else, before you click away, just stand up and do 20 of those calf raises right now. Let's go from learning to doing in the next minute. And I want you to remember this. The people who get better aren't necessarily the ones with the mildest symptoms. They're the ones who simply decide to stop waiting for the problem to fix itself. Your body sent you a message. Today, you learned exactly how to answer it. So go ahead, start now.